President Hakainde Hichilema wants Africa to trade more with itself. The decision to build new regional fuel pipelines shows that this vision is moving from policy into action. Zambia is increasingly securing its energy future. The numbers, partnerships, and infrastructure tell the story. Think of a Zambia where fuel shortages no longer slow buses, trucks, or farm deliveries. Think of a Zambia where mines, factories, and irrigation systems run without interruption because energy supply is secure. That is the direction emerging from cabinet decisions taken at State House on 18th of February 2026, where President Hakainde Hichilema approved the construction of the Tanzania-Zambia Multi-Product Petroleum Pipeline and the Namibia-Zambia Refined Petroleum and Natural Gases Pipeline. Fuel demand is rising as the population grows beyond 21 million and industries expand, with national consumption projected to reach about 3.7 million tons annually by 2030. Multiple supply routes will protect the economy and from disruptions help stabilize prices. Now, this builds on the existing Tanzania-Zambia Mafuta Tazama pipeline, a 1,710-kilometer lifeline built in 1968 and jointly owned by Zambia, 67%, and Tanzania, 33%. In April 2025, it was converted to a multi-product pipeline under an open access policy that ended monopolies and cut diesel costs by about 33% through competitive imports. The new Tanzania route will complement Tazama by transporting refined petroleum products such as diesel, petrol, and jet fuel from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, into Zambia, addressing Tazama's capacity limit of about 800,000 tons per year. Visibility studies launched in 2023 estimate costs between 1 billion to 2 billion United States dollars. Zambia has already begun testing the benefits of regional cooperation through a pilot bulk fuel import arrangement with Tanzania. By sourcing fuel competitively through Dar es Salaam, the pilot is helping reduce costs, improve supply reliability, and demonstrate how Africa trade partnerships can lower energy prices without increasing national debt. The Namibian route will introduce an additional supply line of more than 1,000 kilometers for refined petroleum products and natural gas from Walvis Bay to Zambia's copperbelt hubs such as Ndola and Luanshya. Estimated at 1.5 billion United States dollars to 3 billion United States dollars and rooted in a 2022 Memorandum of Understanding, the pipeline will support mining operations, fertilizer production, and industrial growth. Reliable energy supply is critical for the Copperbelt, where expansions at major operations continue to drive output. Zambia produced 890,346 tons of copper in 2025, and stable fuel supply will support further growth and processing capacity. Both projects will be delivered through public-private partnerships, expanding strategic infrastructure without placing unsustainable debt on the country. This approach reflects fiscal space created after debt restructuring and saved approximately 7.6 billion United States dollars in service costs. Engagements with Namibia are strengthening transport and trade corridors through Walvis Bay, opening access to global markets and reducing logistics costs. Namibia has provided Zambia with land for a dry port at Walvis Bay, a 50-year lease agreement, and in 2025 wrote off part of Zambia's related debt to support joint logistics and rail corridor development. Enhanced cooperation along the shared border is improving trade efficiency and regional connectivity. At continental level, the president has consistently called for Africa to trade more with itself, a position reinforced during the February 2026 Africa Union Summit and recent engagements with other stakeholders and international partners. Regional energy links, efficient corridors, and shared infrastructure make that goal practical. Reliable fuel supply underpins every sector of the economy. Mining depends on steady energy. Agriculture relies on transport and irrigation. Manufacturing requires consistent logistics and power. When supply chains stabilize, production costs fall and competitiveness improves. Energy security also supports Zambia's shift toward value addition. processing minerals, expanding agro-processing, strengthening cold chain logistics, and building manufacturing capacity all require dependable fuel supply. For households and small businesses, stable fuel supply supports transport services, market access, construction activities, and local enterprise growth. These pipeline projects are therefore not about fuel. They position Zambia as a regional energy and trade hub, strengthening corridors linking SADC, COMESA, and the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, and support the transition from a landlocked country to a land-linked economy. This is the architecture of an economy designed to produce, process, and trade reliably, competitively, and at scale.